When my heart was a rock, I knew it was gold.
Someone could change it, like an alchemist of old.
You came along, gave my heart birth.
Now our love's more precious than anything on earth. Transformation, you're changing me with fire. Transformation, your flame is my desire. Transformation.
The birthday girl.
How was your birthday?
It was great. My parents took me to Giorgio.
Ooh, pasta.
Oh, and look, my mother gave me this gold ring.
Hey, Simone, remember that song you wrote about a gold ring?
Yeah, Shine for Centuries.
Yeah, you should dust that off.
I like that song.
That ring must be worth some serious bucks.
Not only that, my mom got it from her mom, and her mom got it from her mom, and it goes back in our family 100 years.
You know, if you sold this ring, just think of all the stuff you could get.
Huh?
You know, like a new card for your synthesizer, a new pedal for me, like food, takeout, no, pizza, Chinese.
Buddy, how could you even think of that? This ring is from my mother to my grandmother. It's only money to you?
No.
Gold. It's magical power. The power to cloud men's mind.
I love gold. I lust for it.
Men have died for it.
Women have killed for it.
I'm tempted. Moonlight shines in mystery. Diamond shines so cold. Sunlight sparkles in the sky, but nothing shines like gold. This ring will shine for centuries or longer, so I'm told. So tell me that you love me, please, and wear my ring of gold. True love is pure and precious, it can't be bought or sold. So tell me that you love me, please, and wear my ring of gold. So, you're a prospector?
Well, sure. I guess you could call me a modern-day prospector, because essentially that's my job. I look for new deposits of gold.
Gold? Well, how do you find gold out here? I mean, all I see are, like, rocks and bushes and things.
Yeah, well, it is pretty tough. You know, we could be standing on a good gold deposit right now, and we'd never know it. The reason for that is the gold particles that we're looking for today are very tiny. In fact, you need a powerful microscope just to see any gold.
A microscope? Oh, then you really got a problem here.
Well, we have some help. We usually start with something like a satellite photograph or some other high-tech device, and that gives us a lot of information to start with about an area. And then it's my job to come in and look at those areas that are interesting and concentrate on them a little better to see if there is anything in the rocks that might indicate there's gold there.
This is a satellite map of this region of Nevada. It's taken from 540 miles up above the Earth.
But the gold is microscopic, right? So if you can't even see it on the ground, why do you want to go 540 miles up in the air to go look for it?
Well, part of exploration is putting together the clues to find that microscopic gold. So what we look for is we look for differences in the geology that give us hints about how the gold might have come up, different features, different faults.
Oh, so is that a fault over here?
this could be a fault right here where the wrinkles actually come up against the blue rocks. You actually have a break in the terrain as it goes into the smooth terrain just to the east. But
and that's the fault.
Right, right. And the stream happens to follow the fault. But as you follow this down, you can see how another break that lines right up with it might be happening all the way through here.
So are these things gold mines?
Actually, that's irrigation for farms. So this satellite image can give us clues about what happened in the past.
Well, the past? I don't understand how it's going to help you find gold now.
Imagine 35 million years ago.
Wow!
So 35 million years ago, these hot springs could bring gold up from other rocks below.
So is there gold in there now?
Maybe, but the gold is very likely still down below.
So do you look for things like this on your maps?
Yep, we sure do. We can see this sort of thing on the satellite image as a break in the geology from one side to the other, or as a linear formed by the ridge, or as clay alteration that might form different colors in the satellite image.
35 million years ago. Oh, that's craziness. I can't even imagine it.
Well, see those snow-capped mountains out there?
Yeah?
Those are 50 miles away. Imagine that that's 35 million years, and this is your life.
That's it?
That's it. This is an area that could also be a fault where hot springs could come up the fault. And you can see that leads right into this disturbed area, which
Right,
is a
where the-
mine. These satellite images give us clues of what's going on at the surface of the Earth, but we have other methods for giving us clues on what's going on underneath the Earth.
Underneath the Earth?
This is one tool that we use to see beneath the surface of the Earth, a magnetometer.
Oh, so you measure, I guess, the magnetic forces on the Earth with it?
Right, right. This is an aeromagnetic map, the magnetometer that's being dragged behind a helicopter.
So how does all this magnetic data help you find gold?
Well, what we look for is we look on the edge of the magnetic data, the edge of the intrusives, and it turns out that that happens to be where the gold also shows up.
So the edge of this red or the edge of this orange would be where gold would be?
Right, right. This is a gravity meter. This helps us measure variations in the Earth's gravity.
But I thought there was just plain vanilla gravity, just one gravity all over the Earth.
Actually, gravity varies with different rock density changes in the Earth. So over a basin, for example, you might have very, very light fill in the basin and you just get a little bit of gravity. And then over a hillside that has very dense rock, you get more gravity. So there is one general constant number that's fairly large, but then what we're looking for are the fine, delicate changes in the gravity from place to place that help us figure out what kind of rocks are down underneath the surface, below the surface.
So how'd you get interested in what you do?
In exploration? Well, it's a neat way to combine being outdoors and actually using physics and math. And then also it involves intuition and a little bit of an artistic license.
Artistic, how?
Oh, you get to use your imagination in combining all of your information together.
Well, plus you get to work with all that high-tech stuff, you know, like the gravity meters and the satellite maps and all.
That's right, and it's fun. But you still have to put on your rock hammer and go check the rocks.
So we think this is probably an area that has potential for a gold deposit. So now what I do is come out with a map and look at the area more closely and see if there in fact is anything here that indicates gold.
Oh, so this is one of the maps that Phyllis helped you put together? Is it a satellite map or a gravity map or something?
No, not really. This is just a simple topographic map, but Phyllis's map told me that this is the place I want to be looking for gold. So here, this topographic map shows us this hill which we're standing on right now, and north is towards those mountains, so on the map that's this way. That means then that we're standing on this side of the hill, and the fault that I'm interested in is right behind you there.
Oh, fault! Finally!
That's right. This is a fault right here. In fact, it's a fairly major fault that would show up on the satellite photograph. And you can see it's trending along in a fairly straight line to the end of these cliffs, and then you can see it again on the next ridge right over there.
Oh, with those rocks that are
right
off of that?
Right. So if we're standing right here, I would want to show that fault with a line, something like that, because it's not running quite due north. It's a little bit west of north. So I'd mark it on in that manner, and then later when I take some samples from the rocks, I'll mark the exact spot on that fault where I collected the sample. This is real silica-rich rock, so with any luck, it'll have some gold in it.
There you go.
And that ought to do it.
Brad brings the rock back, and what we do is bag it up and send it to a commercial lab. What they do, they analyze it chemically and send us back a table of results like this. And what we have here is gold here and a bunch of associated elements that we think might be important in addition to gold. And what we do is when we get this table, we put it in the computer and we interpret the data, and what we do is then plot it out on a map such as this. What we have here is gold concentrations, and the larger dots are the greater gold concentrations. What we're looking for is just either zones or linears of high gold numbers.
But with this map, you could just go out and sort of look around in these places, and you pretty much have success at finding gold, right?
Well, not necessarily.
It's not always that easy.
Yeah.
Oftentimes you'll find gold is a naturally occurring element, and there's gold lots of places. The key is to find a place where there's enough gold concentrated in one area to make it economical to put in a gold mine, and that's the real challenge. It's really a team effort because we have to support each other in order to find these gold deposits, because for me to go out and collect rocks, I need to know where to collect them. And that information I would get from Phyllis and some of the maps she produces. And for Todd to be able to analyze those rocks properly, he needs to know where I've collected them from, and also he needs to know that they were collected based on good geophysical information. So we really have to support each other in order to be successful finding new deposits. And in the end, we may decide that we just have to walk away from it because there might not be enough gold there to make a mine.
Yeah, but we do get it right often enough to make money at it.
We have a gold mine right here to prove it.
What is it about gold anyway? I mean, people have practically worshipped it for thousands of years. The Egyptians, the whatsies, the Incas.
Well, it never rusts or tarnishes. I mean, this ring could be 30 million years old. I mean, if people had made rings back then.
People had existed back then.
Right.
No, but it's more than that.
Sure, I mean, alchemists trying to turn lead into gold. I mean, people back then believed that gold gave you eternal life.
Gold does last forever.
Well, personally, I'd rather have a new guitar or some serious amps.
Right, I mean, gold doesn't do anything. It just sits there looking pretty. I mean, take this stainless steel fork. Doesn't rust or tarnish either, but at least you can eat with it.
Okay, but AJ, gold costs hundreds of dollars an ounce. I mean, obviously it has some sort of mystical appeal.
Simone, you can have your mysticism. And AJ, you can have your fork. And Billy, you can have your amps. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this ring and I'm going to give it to my daughter, and she'll give it to her daughter. We're just going to keep on passing it down the line.
That's beautiful.
Hey, Rory.
What?
Did you know that gold is like lead in a good mood?
Oh, that's deep.
Dude.